Foles, who started the last 2 games, suffered the concussion last week. He is not active today. Barkley is now 3 for 3, complete to Desean Jackson, covered by
Tyler Huntley. Moses a block. And Huntley goes deep, and he's got an open receiver. It's caught by Desean Jackson.
As Deshaun Watson goes to the outside, he gets lost by the coverage because Huntley is looking over to the other side of the field. He's not supposed to be in that spot, but when he sees the secondary go away, he just drifts back and continues to create separation.
With Vince Young throwing the ball that effectively down the field would be a real understatement.
Young, play faking, gonna go deep down the middle again, and he's got a man in the middle of the field, caught inside the 40-yard line by Desean Jackson.
Look at Vince Young go right down the middle of the field, no safety help at all, and Desean Jackson has an awful lot of real estate in which to work. Antoine Molden is a good 3 yards behind him and not a factor.
2nd and 7, play action. McCoy looks deep, takes a shot. Desean Jackson breaking free and caught it at the 40-yard line. Brought down by Sterling Moore.
Play action pass. Sterling Moore one-on-one with Desean Jackson. Forget about it. Nice double move back to the post. Ball slightly underthrown, or Desean scores. That's very good deep ball concentration. We've said it a lot about Jackson.
On 3rd down, 4-man rush. Pressure comes. Wentz gonna let it fly. He's got Jackson again. He's got it. Touchdown. Watch back here. Watch the back end of the coverage. Nicholson moves to the middle of the field because he feels the threat there, but Desean Jackson is the bigger threat to his left. And when he tries to double back, it's too late.
pressures last week on Patrick Mahomes. Here's a 1st down pass play. Down the middle they go, and it's there. That's Desean Jackson tiptoeing for the touchdown. They look down the sideline, and they say he did not step out. It's 56 yards and a touchdown for the Raiders.
Every once in a while you see a big play happen on a double move, but that's just Jackson's speed and Carr's throwing accuracy.
Just picked up Jackson a couple of weeks ago. And boy, does he make a difference. I mentioned it.
And Nick Foles throws another strike for touchdown number 6.
Foles steps to throw. He's going deep for Desean Jackson. He's got it inside the 10. DJ Hayden was there, but Desean Jackson went up and got another great throw from Nick Foles.
Great throw always beats good coverage, and it was good coverage by
Jameis Winston to throw. Going deep. He's got Desean Jackson. Desean Jackson has a Buccaneer touchdown. What a throw and what a catch, covering 60 yards. 17 out of 20 before this miss.
Yeah, sometimes when somebody gets this far beyond everybody on a route, it's usually a double move or something that's kind of sneaky, but he just ran right by William Jackson on the outside. And nothing fancy there. You got to get out of your back pedal and get on your horse.
Desean Jackson in the slot down there, so a little bit of speed to clear out for your tight end, Mark Andrews.
2nd and 20. Lamar winding up, going deep for Jackson. He's got him! Desean Jackson!
Was he touched down? Well, he's giving the ball to the official, so apparently he was.
35 years old, and he can still burn past the D. A 62-yard completion. Just his 2nd game as a member of the Ravens.
Play action. McNabb airing it out for Desean Jackson. Behind the defense, a juggle and a touchdown. They drafted Desean Jackson to hit the home run on the outside, and he just went deep on Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
Well, Donavon wanted to go to Kevin Curtis initially, and then he sees that he's got Jackson. Watch the move that he makes. Jackson does in order to give himself a step. Now, Cromartie makes up ground right there, but just a perfectly thrown ball by Donavon McNabb, and really great concentration. You know, you got a hand coming across the ball as Jackson goes to make the catch, and he sticks with it and brings it in.
Play action, quick throws, and he throws a beautiful deep ball.
Coming to Desean Jackson. Gets a block. Desean Jackson off to the races.
69-yard touchdown.
Desean Jackson out the door. Nobody faster in this league than Desean Jackson, and he puts that speed on display.
Jackson, as I said, 8 plays of 50 yards or more, #1 in the league.
Kolb with a good pocket, goes down the middle of the field, and he's got Desean Jackson. How about this start in Philadelphia? Touchdown Eagles. No flags.
Darren Sharper thought he was going to get some help from Roman Harper on the backside. Roman Harper bit on the tight end route to the other side of the field, and that's what opened up the lane and why Desean Jackson was as open as what he was.
Winston suspended for the first 3 regular season games. Fitzpatrick going deep to Desean Jackson on the first play from scrimmage. The former Eagle is inside the 10 and takes it all the way 75 yards for a Buccaneers touchdown.
Desean Jackson still has so much speed at 31 years old. Man, couldn't ask for a better start if you're the Tampa Bay Bucks.
The strength is attacking them in the air. Boy, no pressure on Stafford. Jackson, they finally hit it. Desean Jackson, touchdown. And Sean McVay was the first down there to welcome Jackson back onto the field after he went up the tunnel.
Safety falls down. Mike Edwards, no pressure on Stafford whatsoever. 3rd and long, a 4-man rush. And Jackson really doesn't do much, but the safety, Edwards, he was biting as though he was expecting Desean Jackson to run a square in. And he was going to try to drive on that. And as he's trying to...
And Dallas following their loss in Baltimore. Hurts on first down, fires downfield. It's Desean Jackson back in the lineup. Missed the last 7 games, and he will take it 81 yards.
And Desean Jackson, you know, has always been deceptive. He's always been deceptive with the speed, and he is literally just pulling away from Chidobe Awuzie, and there's no one that's going to catch him. And as soon as that happens, with the fastest guy on the field, too easy.
Whenever you have to go to Seattle and face that rush. Cousins going to air it out. Desean Jackson downfield. He's got it. And the former Eagle is going to take it in backward and score. Desean Jackson with an 81-yard touchdown working against Kerry Williams. As Desean Jackson, who was let go by Chip Kelly and the Philadelphia Eagles, comes back to haunt him with an 81-yarder.
First down. Vick backs the pass, and that is caught by Jackson along the sideline. And Jackson down the middle of the field, being chased inside the 20, inside the 10, and into the end zone backwards for the touchdown.
Mike Vick is going to thread this one in perfectly. I mean, Jenkins couldn't have missed that by more than an inch, and then it was over. I mean, you could just see this. Jenkins just missing, and there's no support. They're up there in quarters coverage, and here it was. Could not get his hand on it, and then nobody's catching him from here. The Washington Redskins will tell you that. There's no way to catch him once he gets out there.
Scandrick, the last guy with a chance.
You know, it's an interesting call because they had to rule that he had crossed that line before he fell in. You're always allowed to dive into the end zone.
Right.
So unless his foot hit that ground, I don't know that that should have been excessive celebration. You're allowed to dive into the end zone. I don't think I would have called that one.
Maybe it's on reputation.